baggage that comes along with the word opera, because people think opera and they think stiff costumes, bad acting, boring. And what they don't realize is that it used to be popular entertainment, and there's sex, there's adultery, betrayal, death, all of these things are contained in it. But unless you have enough of a flexible idea of it, then you're not going to get in the door and find out what it is in the first place. I don't really see myself always having to be in my own operas. At the last couple, I think part of it was practicality. The Mukhtar part in Thumbprint is a lyric coloratura part, and it was very important to me that the cast be South Asians, or as many South Asian singers as possible, and we didn't find any lyric coloratura singers. It was very interesting. There's a lot of coloratura. There were a couple of lyric sopranos, there was a mezzo, but I don't know, I think, so part of it was that there just didn't seem to be anyone else who could do it. Yeah, I think part of it also is that there's something really satisfying about performing your own music, particularly when you're singing, because it's embodied on a kind of molecular level. And so you really, I don't know, you're kind of one with the performance in a way that you're not always when you're singing someone else's music. Although it can become like that over time, but unfortunately in new music we don't often get the chance to perform things enough for it really to evolve to that place. I was a pianist first. I started taking piano lessons when I was 7, and I got to be around 14, and I had been, again, very, very serious doing all of the certificate of merit competitions in California and all of that, but I was too good a sight reader. That was my problem. I could sight read everything, and so I never ever learned how to practice properly. And then the pieces started getting too hard for me to sight read them anymore. So rather than sticking with it, I said, I'm going to join the choir, and I quit piano. So then when I got into my 20s, I really wanted to pick up a keyboard instrument again. And the Tarif de Hayduk's CD had just come out, and I thought, I'm going to learn how to play the accordion. And then Jed Disler, who was at Sarah Lawrence at the time, he introduced me to Bill Schimmel, who I was kind of obsessed with Tom Waits, so it was sort of like a dream come true to study with the person who had actually played on Rain Dogs. So I studied with him for a long time, and yeah, that's how it happened. It's funny, I never thought of myself as a composer for a really long time. Even when I was studying composition, I always thought of myself as a performer first. Um, and I think I really love music. I have a really visceral response to it, so it doesn't matter if it's mine or someone else's necessarily, as long as it's something that I like. And I like a lot of things. Um, so I mean, what would be really amazing is to have more time, and I think that's the real conundrum and difficulty with doing new music is that presenters and grant givers are often only interested in the very new. There isn't a lot of opportunity out there to redo something that you've already done. Even a lot of these calls for scores, things that don't even give you a fee, they want the premiere. They don't want to do something you've already written and had performed. And I think it's a tragedy because there's so much great music out there that isn't getting a chance to really have a life and to have the kind of deeper exploration that you can only get after you've played something more than once. So that's what I would really like to see happen, is for the people who are giving the grants and programming the concerts to be more open to the idea that just because something isn't a premiere, it doesn't mean that it isn't going to be an equally wonderful and valid experience for the performers and for the audience.